Okay, if you've ever packed up your life and moved to a completely new country for work, you already know the universal challenge we're unpacking in today's explainer. Relocating to a fast-paced, rapidly growing city like Dhaka is incredibly exciting, no doubt about it. But it brings a very specific set of logistical hurdles. I mean, you're trying to figure out a new culture, a new job, and a new daily routine all at the exact same time. And the absolute foundation of getting all of that right, well, it starts with where you actually choose to live.
So, if you're moving to Dhaka, where do you even start? Let's be real, finding a home in a foreign city isn't just about finding a mattress to crash on. It is so much more than that. It's about finding a space that actually helps you function, a place where you can feel settled, stay productive, and truly recharge after a grueling day. Because if your living situation is stressful, you better believe that anxiety is going to bleed right into your work and your personal life.
To figure out how successful expats are solving this housing puzzle, we can actually look at some fantastic data. Today we're pulling insights from highly reliable regional platforms, specifically Banglamart.com and Hotels.com BD. And what the listings from these sources tell us is pretty clear. Expats are overwhelmingly choosing a very specific type of furnished, serviced apartment to make their transition as smooth as possible.
But before we dive into the solution, we've got to understand the problem. And that problem is the traffic. In Dhaka, unpredictable congestion can literally turn a seemingly short commute into an exhausting, hours-long daily struggle. You could probably finish a novel in the backseat. And spending hours stuck in transit doesn't just eat up your time, it completely drains your energy and tanks your mood before you even boot up your computer.
And that right there is exactly why living near essential business hubs, places like Gulshan, Bashundhara R, and Uttara, isn't just some nice-to-have luxury. It is absolutely essential. By positioning yourself in or right next to these commercial zones, you're basically buying back your time. You save hours every single week. And less time commuting instantly translates to vastly improved productivity and, frankly, a much better mood.
Now, this brilliantly illustrates the contrast. Think about a traditional rental for a second. You're often walking into a totally empty space, right? You're locked into a rigid, long-term lease, and you face the grueling grind of buying furniture and setting up Wi-Fi from scratch. But on the flip side, serviced apartments offer a move-in ready, fully furnished, plug-and-play solution with flexible stays. It's a night and day difference.
The source material really hits the nail on the head here, noting this plug-and-play lifestyle is especially valuable in fast-paced environments like Dhaka's business districts. When you relocate internationally, the last thing you want is to spend your first 3 weeks arguing with utility companies or trying to buy a sofa in a language you barely speak. Modern, functional apartments in places like Bashundhara R are custom-designed to just eliminate that hassle completely.
And here's another massive factor. Flexibility. You know how it goes, expat assignments are rarely set in stone. You might be there for a quick 3-month project, or maybe it suddenly turns into a 2-year deployment. Having the freedom to match that uncertain job duration with flexible lease terms is a total game changer. Serviced apartments let you choose short or long-term options without trapping you in a rigid contract.
Oh, but the benefits go way beyond just the paperwork. These places come with built-in hotel-like conveniences that actively melt away your daily stress. We're talking regular housekeeping, on-call maintenance, 24/7 security, and these really fantastic shared lounges. When you're navigating a new city, coming home to a place where the cleaning and the leaky faucets are just magically handled for you, that is incredibly refreshing.
And let's touch on something a bit more personal. Moving abroad can sometimes feel deeply isolating. But in a serviced apartment, it's not just about passing neighbors in the hallway. It's about naturally building a support system. Shared spaces and gyms in areas like Bashundhara R cultivate this amazing little community of international professionals. You're surrounded by folks who understand the exact same challenges you're going through.
Of course, safety is always top of mind for any newcomer, right? Well-developed business districts like Gulshan and Uttara provide highly secure environments. The serviced apartments in these hubs feature controlled access and 24/7 surveillance systems, and that gives you and your family the ultimate peace of mind, knowing your home is a safe, secure haven in the middle of a bustling metropolis. Now, what's really interesting is how this all maps out. You can clearly see how each factor translates into a tangible lifestyle benefit. Location in Gulshan or Uttara, that reduces your commute stress. The fully furnished setups in Bashundhara R, that avoids all the setup hassle. The flexibility applies everywhere, and those built-in services completely simplify your daily life. It really is a complete, well-oiled ecosystem designed for expats' success.
Ultimately, you're looking for a lifestyle that actually works for you.
Proximity to these hubs creates a really healthy work-life balance. If you want that vibrant, high-energy mix with restaurants and social spots, Gulshan is your best bet. If you prefer a quieter, more relaxed vibe, Uttara is fantastic. And Bashundhara R sits right in that sweet spot in the middle, offering great residential comfort with amazing access to everything you need.
So what's your next step? Well, if you're gearing up for this transition and you're looking for a fully furnished or serviced apartment in Bashundhara R, you absolutely don't have to figure it all out alone. The source material highlights some incredible property partners that streamline the whole process, saving you an immense amount of time and energy.
For example, let REIT-Limited help you find the perfect place to call home. They specialize in exactly these kinds of plug-and-play setups. You can explore their available options and get yourself sorted by giving them a call at +880 1711 99 3377, or just jump over to their website at hotels.com.bd. It's really that easy.
Which brings us to a final thought I want to leave you with. Why just survive in a new city when you can instantly feel at home? Choosing a serviced apartment near a business hub isn't just about a shorter commute. It's about taking total control of your transition so you can live smart and work smart. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and hey, here is to making your next big move your absolute best one yet.